Hi, I'm Phoebe McDowell, Acting Beauty Director at Sunday Times Style, and today I'm joined by Dr Emma Wedgeworth, Consultant Dermatologist, and we are going to be talking about eczema. Chris, who is 29, has written in to say, I've had eczema since I was a child, but it just seems to get worse and worse. Sometimes I even have it under my eyelids. I use steroid creams, but apparently your skin can become addicted to that. What are your thoughts?
So eczema is unfortunately really common. We see it in 1 in 5 children in the UK and up to about 1 in 10 adults. So not everyone actually grows out of it. And we know that there are 3 real reasons why people get eczema. So one is that their skin is drier than it should be. Their skin barrier is not quite as robust as it should be, and your skin loses water more easily. The second thing is that the immune system within the skin is too active. So it's reacting to things that it shouldn't really do, which is why Chris is getting red, itchy patches. And thirdly, the shift in the microbiome, the balance of good and bad bacteria in the skin, can drive both of those other processes that I've talked about.
So what kind of a routine would you recommend for someone like Chris?
So when I talked about the 3 different pillars of why people get eczema, we need to tackle each of those individual pillars. So if you think about the dryness of the skin, it's really important that people use nice, soothing, hydrating ingredients and avoid anything harsh, like harsh foaming washes, harsh exfoliants, alcohol-based toners. So cleansing on a daily basis with like a soap substitute, something that's based like a moisturizer, and then using a thick moisturizer as many times as you need to per day to really make sure that you're supporting your skin barrier.
And what can trigger eczema and make it worse?
Whilst eczema often is a tendency within different people, there are environmental triggers. So cold weather, indoor heating, anything like air conditioning which dries out the air, and then harsh products. So if we're using things which shift the pH of our skin, we can actually cause more dryness.
And what about diet?
So whilst eczema is not truly like a food allergy, there is no doubt that certain foods may make people feel a bit more itchy. So things like tomatoes and strawberries do contain high levels of natural histamine. But eczema itself is not a true allergy, although it is very closely linked to people that have food allergies.
And what about steroids?
So as a dermatologist, I do use steroids, and I think if you can use steroids in the right way, the right amount and the right strength, they can be used safely. But I think the problem is that often people are not using them in the right way, and then a bit like Chris was saying, you have to constantly use them to actually, and feel like you get addicted to them for it actually to work. So I think it's really worth having a chat with your doctor or your dermatologist, because we can use steroids in a safe way. And then for certain other areas, particularly around the eye, there are other medical creams that can be really helpful.
And are there any products that you would just say to totally avoid if you have eczema?
Things like bubble baths, fragrance bath bombs, all of those are totally outlawed in my house. And then anything that's like a harsh alcohol toner, I would certainly avoid. Highly perfumed products, even things like essential oils can be really irritant.
And retinol?
So I think in the context of active eczema, I wouldn't use retinol. But actually, if you've got your eczema really calm, you've got the right amount of hydration within your routine, your skin is calm, there's no reason why people who are prone to eczema can't use retinol. But I definitely wouldn't use it if you have an active breakout.
So what products would you recommend for Chris?
Okay, so in the morning, I would go for a cream-based gentle cleanser. So something along the lines of Toleriane Derma Cleanser by La Roche. Then I would go for a moisturizer. The Eucerin 5% Repair Cream contains urea, which is a really good one to boost your natural moisturizing factor. And then sunscreen, obviously, always a key part of the routine. And try and find something unfragranced and gentle. So something a bit like the Eucerin one would be great. And then in the evening, cleansing and moisturizing again with those really gentle products. And I would make sure that the eczema is under control before you start adding in things like vitamin C or potentially niacinamide. But those sorts of products can be used as well alongside that.
Thank you so much for watching. Tune in for another episode next week of Dear Dermatologist. And in the meantime, subscribe to the Sunday Times Beauty YouTube channel.